Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Giving our praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha, Hodash. Honors be to the elect elders of the nation of Israel that do labor and teach the truth and sincerity. Shalom to you, Akim, your hopeful elect on the highway and hedges, making your body a living sacrifice, according to Romans 12 and verse 1. Shalom to you, sincere believers as well, which consist of men and women. Shalom, Brakatham, and as always, Abba Abba. This is your brother Zakar Aban coming back with another video. This will be First Corinthians chapter 2 and go straight to the point in verse 12 in NLT. And we have received out of Yahweh's spirit, not the world's spirit, so we can know the wonderful things out of Yahweh has freely given us. Okay, we have not received the things of this world. Okay, once you come to this truth, now you are on another level. You are thinking on a higher level. All right. Yes, we still maneuver in this world, but we are thinking about what the things of the heavens. Okay, we're thinking about the things that is for to come to them that are what believers. All right, not thinking about the carnal ways, not thinking about things of this world, because we understand that what everything is here just for a moment. As Scripture says, the fashion of this world shall pass away. Right? It says, now we tell you these things, we do not use words that come from human wisdom. Instead, we speak words given to us by the Spirit, using the Spirit's words to explain spiritual truths. And real quick, the only way you can do that is having the Holy Spirit. So first and foremost, let's grab this here. This comes to mind in the book of Luke 24, straight to the point, and verse 44. Yahweh Shai has to open up your mind. When you go to Revelation chapter 5, you see where it says break the seals, right? Matter of fact, let's grab that. Then I'll get this. Okay. This is Revelation 5. Let's start verse 1, make a quick point. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within on the backside sealed with 7 seals. 7 goes to what? Complete. All right. So this was like a complete lockdown, if you will. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof. And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, this is Yahweh Shai, had prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. Meaning what? To give you the understanding. Okay, to give you the understanding, to give you the understanding, the engrafted word. All right, only Yahweh Shai is able to make that engrafted word in you to be what? Activated. Luke 24 and verse 45. Then open he their understanding, that they might understand the scripture. Just speaking about Yahweh Shai. All right, so only Yahweh Shai is worthy to give you what, that breath, as it says in the book of 1 Corinthians 37. Salakia, Ezekiel chapter 37, Salakia. So Ezekiel 37, where it goes into what? On dry bones, right? So this is 1 Corinthians 2 at the latter and verse 13. Instead, we speak words given to us by the Spirit, using the Spirit words to explain spiritual truths. So, as I just grabbed in the book of Revelation 5, as far as the seals, which it goes into 7 goes into completion. So for a period of time we was without this understanding, but it wasn't until the Most High, right, Yahweh Shai allows us to come back into this understanding. Once again, the engrafted word being activated. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of Adonai Yahweh, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. All right, they are what? Carnal minded. And to be carnal minded is enmity with the Most High. Let's read that. Romans 8 and verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritual minded is life and peace. All right. So letting your sinful nature control your mind leads to death, but letting the Spirit control your mind leads to life and peace. All right. And doing things of the Spirit, you'll be doing what? Ultimately rehearsing the righteous, rehearsing the law. All right, being obedient to Yahweh Yahweh Shai, being complete. Okay, doing things that is pleasing to Yahweh Yahweh Shai. As it says in Romans, in John 14:15, if you love me, keep my commandments. That's what a spiritual man will be doing. I'm not saying you'll be perfect as far as keeping 613 laws, being overly righteous, but you will be making an effort. You'll be doing the things that's pleasing. Okay, because the carnal mind is in enmity against Adonai Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of Most High, neither indeed can be. All right, so this word for enmity, it goes into causing enmity, hatred, right? Hostility, reason, implication of reason for opposition, enmity, hatred. All right, so it says, for the sinful nature is always hostile to Adonai Yahweh. It never did obey Adonai's law and never will. All right, because when you serve Yahweh Yahweh Shai, the true worshipers will be serving him in what? In spirit. All right, not according to flesh, not according to the wisdom of this world. That's why it says what? You have to be reborn again. So this is John 4 and verse, let's start at verse, let's go to the woman at the well who was a heathen. But let's go to John 4, start at verse 23. It says, but the hour coming and now is when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. That's what we see happening right now. Okay, the true. So that means, the true believers, the ones that are the hopeful elect, the brothers that you see on the highways and hedges, the street teachers, also the believers, as I say, with the men and women. Adonai Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. All right. So let's go back to 1 Corinthians. Let's grab a few more, and that'll be pretty much it. Just grab a few. 1 Corinthians 2 and verse 14. But a natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit of Adonai Yahweh, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. Right, as I was just saying in Romans 8 and verse 6, to be carnal minded is enmity with the Most High, which is what? Hatred. But he that is spiritual judge all things, yet he himself is judged of no man. All right, so a spiritual man that's doing the things of Yahweh Yahweh Shai will be judging. But as it says in John 7:24, righteous judgment. Okay, you be doing things in righteousness, meaning what? You be judging righteously, meaning according to the scriptures, right? You won't be judging according to your own opinion, right? You'll be judging, according to this, according to that, according to the scriptures, man. Okay. And it says also, yet he himself is judged of no man. All right. So a brother that's doing the things of Yahweh Yahweh Shai cannot be judged. All right. As it says in the book of Romans 8, real quick, let's grab this. Who can lay charge to the Most High's elect? You can't. All right. You could try, but it's going to be a thing of naught. Romans 8 and verse 33, who shall lay anything to the charge of Adonai Yahweh's elect? It is Most High that justify it, right? So if someone is deemed as the elect by Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, what can you say? Yet he himself is judged of no man. Okay? Because once again, this man is doing the things that's pleasing unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? But if you're doing something that's contrary to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, that's when, the judgment happens. So the brothers that be calling out Jakes, telling them about where they're going off, it's because you are doing something against the scriptures. Right? So let's grab this in the book of Titus 2 and verse 7. Just falling back off of what it said in 1 Corinthians 2 and 15, where it says, he himself is judging no man. And let's prove why. Titus 2 and verse 7, in all things showing ourselves a pattern of good works, and doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity. So when you are a person that's doing the correct things, as far as following Yahweh Yahweh Shai, teaching, following rehearsing righteous acts, trying to follow commandments to the best of your ability, which is showing love to Yahweh Yahweh Shai. It says in the book of John 14 and 15, what can someone really say? And you yourself must be an example to them by doing good works of every kind. Let everything you do reflect the integrity and seriousness of your teaching. Sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you. Right? And this goes right along with Romans 8:33, who lays charge to the Most High's elect. You can't, because he is doing the things that is pleasing unto Yahweh Yahushai. Although you may, have some type of issue with a particular brother, right, or whatever, it's still, he's doing the things that's pleasing to Yahweh Yahushai. Okay, so you want to, as much as possible, you want to fight that flesh, because the flesh will get you in trouble. Looking at looking at a brother and thinking that he's not whatever. Okay, always had that mindset of we in this bodies, man, we in this flesh that is subject to just think all types of crazy thoughts, right? So Titus 2:8, once again, sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil things to say of you. All right, and that just once again lines up with 1 Corinthians 2:15, in the latter, where it says, yet he himself is judged no man, because you are shown what a pattern of good works. Okay, so this is pretty much various topics. I'm gonna end it there, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Raha, Hudash. Honors be to the elect elders of the nation of Israel that do labor and teach the truth and sincerity. Shalom to you, Akim. We hope for elect on the highway and hedges, making your body living sacrifice. And also shalom to sincere believers, which consist of men and women. Shalom, Brakatham, and as always, Abba Shalom. On to the next. I don't want to Lord's will. Shalom.